loan. Right. So, okay. And we also, and this is what something that I was talking about the bug actually. So, okay. So let's say that I have $5 in my account. I withdraw $30 from my account. My account balance, new account balance goes less than zero. I basically update that into a loan amount of minus $25 worth of loans, right? And then I update the borrower and then I set the account balance to zero. Now, what would happen if my account balance is already negative? So that means that I already have an entry in the loan table for that particular account. Let's say that my current account balance is zero, my current loan amount is 25, right? My current account balance is zero, my current loan amount is 25, and I withdraw another $100 from my bank account. Let's say I'm like that. So if I do that, can someone tell me what will happen for if this trigger is run? Because that trigger will run. Why can it not be zero? My account balance is zero because it was, so basically what I'm saying is I had $5. I withdrew uh, $30. Forget about the overdraft fee for now. So the account balance now becomes $0, right? So let me just say that again. Account balance was $5. I did not have any loan amount, so loan was $0. I withdrew $30 and my account balance became zero, and my loan balance became 25, right? Yes. My loan is 25, my account balance is zero. Now, what would happen in this code if given this scenario, I again withdraw 100 more dollars? Can someone tell me what will happen if I withdraw 100 more dollars from my account? I get one answer, that is loan will be higher. Well, for one thing, I am just inserting into my loan the value of the negative balance, or that is essentially either 20. So let's make it a bit more different. Let's say I just withdrew $1. So one thing would be that my balance would now become what? If my balance is -1, because my current account balance is zero, I take out a dollar, so it becomes -1. And essentially, won't my loan amount become $1 given this code? Right? Do you guys see why? Do you guys see why I would have a $1 loan amount? Because if I am withdrawing $1, then essentially my account balance becomes what? Account balance becomes -1, right? I am adding that, I'm inserting that into my loan. So I get minus row in row dot balance, that is -$1. So my loan becomes $1, and I set my balance to zero, right? After that, I set my balance to zero. So that is one bug in this code. But before even reaching there, can someone tell me another bug in this code? Any other bugs? So essentially, when we take out another loan, we actually want to update, yes, as House says, we want to update the loan table again with the updated balance. But in this particular scenario, since we're inserting into the loan values, initially remember that our table did not have an entry for loan. So that means that we had to insert something because it was a new row. Update can only be applied to existing rows, right? We had to insert something because it is a new row. But when we withdraw another amount that is already with a balance, negative balance, we withdraw another amount. That means that we are trying to insert into loan again. The main issue that we would have, even forgetting about the balance issue, is that there is already an entry in our loan table with that amount and the primary key is already there. So we will not be able to insert this particular new row amount into our table, right? Because there would be a primary key mismatch and it would be an error. Yes. So does this make sense as to why there would be a primary key issue even before the balance issue? There would be a primary key issue, right? Because we are inserting into loan again. So exactly that is the bug in that code essentially. So what if my account is already overdrawn? The loan table already does contain a record for the overdrawn account. The borrower table already contains a record for the loan amount. The previous version of the trigger in this situation would give us the duplicate key error that we just saw, right? Okay. So when such an error occurs, remember that this is an error because of an update operation. If there is an error such as a trigger error, remember that SQL is not the best at explaining the error to you. You might just see that your query has failed and you might not see any particular reason as to why that query has failed, but internally the trigger has failed. So keep those things in mind as well when we are writing code for those things. Okay, so MySQL allows a lot of more enhancements on our insert command and it gives us a lot more flexibility. So we looked at the Oracle code and MySQL actually gives you a more sort of a breadth of capabilities in that sense to you. So if we want to insert a row, essentially if the or and if the key attributes are as the same as another row, so essentially, there is already a primary key row into that table. In that table, we can essentially, instead of just insert, we can say insert ignore. So insert ignore would just ignore the new entry and keep the old entry, right? If there is already a primary key in the table, it would just keep the old entry. It can also do an insert on duplicate key update. That is, if the row already exists or is a duplicate, we can update the values to something else in those attributes. This is something that we would want in terms of our bank loans, right? So if the entry already exists in our loan table, update the loan amount to the additional loan amount that we got. And finally, we also have an insert replace. That is, once you get, once you see that the key already exists, replace that with these new values. So the new values get rewritten into your table. So as you can see that it pretty much covers more or less all of those things that we can require. So either we can ignore the new update or we can update the current value or we can completely replace the total set of old previous values, right? So this sort of operations, so where we are inserting or updating a particular entry, so you can see that these sort of operations which either inserts or updates a particular value, these are sometimes called update or insert and essentially upsert statements. So let me just write that out in the chat window. So basically upsert statements, right? So essentially update come insert statements. Okay. So you might sometime come across this term that just means that either it is a update or an insert statement. Any questions so far? Okay. So yes, how what old versus new? What about that? Do you want me to? Okay. Oh, the old versus new rows here, this one. Cool. Let me get to that. Give me a sec. Okay. So before I get into this code, um, so let's say that you're updating a certain row, right? So if I'm updating a certain row, that means the row originally had certain set of values. I'm updating it into this new set of values, right? So whenever we have a triggering mechanism, it allows us to access both of those rows. One is before, one is after. What happened, what it was before, and what it became after. So basically, we can access the previous row that was before the modification. So that is accessed using capital OLD old, and the new one can be accessed, and the updated one can be accessed as NEW, capital NEW new. So whenever we have new dot account number or new dot branch name, we are talking about the new rows, or basically the new dot balance. We are talking about the updated balance. If we had old dot balance, we are talking about the previous balance before the update. Does that make sense? Any other questions, guys? You're welcome. Okie dokie. Okay, so let's create a trigger. So create trigger. So this is MySQL syntax. The previous one was Oracle syntax, right? So create trigger trg underscore overdraft before, and this is a before update trigger. The previous one was an after update trigger. So before update on table name account for each row. And note that we do not need to specify the name of the row here, because MySQL by default is going to look at a row as new or old. So begin begin for every row that is changed, this particular trigger will take place, right? So for each row, we have the overdraft fee, we have the overdraft amount. Let's say that the overdraft fee is $30. You're a generous bank. And then you say if, and remember that conditional triggers are not supported by MySQL, but we can actually just execute conditional triggers by just having if conditions there. So if new dot balance is less than 0, then set the overdraft amount to overdraft minus new dot balance, because new dot balance is negative. So the overdraft amount gets the overdraft fee and the new balance, and essentially insert into loan number, branch amount, values, new account number, new dot branch name, and the overdraft amount. That is the total amount that is now to be inserted. And on duplicate key, update amount equals to amount plus overdraft amount. So in case there is a duplicate key already there inside the loan table, insert these things, but just update the amount equals to this particular update. So here we are not reinserting the loan number and branch name. We are just updating the amount, right? Because the other things are already there. Now insert ignore into borrower. So if there is already an entry, which there might be if the account is already overdrawn, insert ignore into borrower, customer name and loan number. So if the entry is already there, just ignore this entire statement. If the entry is not there, then make this insert statement. And finally, set new dot balance equals to 0. That basically means that for the new balance, for the after the update, we set the balance of the updated row to be 0, right? And then an endif and an end. So, any questions about this? Does it make sense? So let me ask you this thing.